Yo, what up? It's your boy, Miss Fantastic 824, the BABGOG, and I appreciate you to pull up on me. And today, man, we'll be talking about the seven deadly sins of the black community. I recently saw a post on Twitter, and a preacher was saying what I and a lot of black people have been saying for quite some time. But it's not okay for you to say it because as soon as you say it, you're a coon, you a stepping fetch it, you know what I'm saying? You were Uncle Tom. You played for the white man. All this. Listen, bro. Listen. Shout out to Goody Mob. Um, I want to say it was on the Soul Food album. I'm pretty sure it was a Soul Food album. They had a song called or a track called Live at the Omni, right? Omni was 1 million niggas inside. And Cujo Goody said, and at that time, ain't no such thing as a 1995 slave. You brought that shit on yourself. Okay. 1995, we are now in 2025. How and why are black people still um blaming the white man for the ills and stuff we got going on that we can control? All right. Now, I am not saying, I'm gonna say this again. I know I'm just gonna lose y'all. I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. What I am saying is racism is not enough in 2025 to stop you from doing any and everything you want to do in this country. Okay. Racism is also not exclusive to black people. Black people can also be racist. Okay. Now I know, oh, well, it's a system and it's, I'm not, hey, man, if you want to, if that's you, brother, you're not going to watch this. No way. You're going to call me a coon to go on. But if you want to actually start having success in your life and start looking at things in a different way so you can have a better outcome, you'll listen to me, right? You're still here. So thank you. But anyway, so let's get to it, man. Again, this one right here, the first one is number one. Okay. Everything after that you could rearrange as you please, but this one right here is the number one thing. And that's the devaluation and disrespect of straight black men. Straight black men. Okay. Somehow, some way, again, the black community suffers from ain't, can't, don't, won't syndrome. Okay. Ain't, can't, don't, won't. No matter what the straight black man does, he ain't, he can't, he don't, he won't. It's very, very difficult to hear positive things about straight black men when we know the straight man is the leader of any and every community, demographic, race, all of that, right? The men are expected to lead. Black community is the only community in which, no, the women make more money than the men, which is a lie. Okay. Well, the women are more educated than the men. Okay. All women are more educated than the men. All women go to college more so than the men go to college. There's always this thing in the quote unquote gender war that was created that wants to elevate the black woman above the black man when she's been above him. We've been below everybody else. Say it again. Since the black woman has been put above the black man, black people have been below everybody else. Case in point, black men out earn Hispanic men, black women out earn Hispanic women. But guess who's at the bottom of household income? Black people. Why? Because this ideology of black women, oh, I ain't going 50-50 with no nigga. And and listen, the highest married group and the highest earning group, that is not a coincidence. Asian men and Asian women are married the most, lowest divorce rate, highest income. What does that tell you? That tells you that women, even when they're making money, they're contributing to the household. That's how you generate generational wealth. All these catchphrases you niggas love to use, but never do. Oh shit. Always love to use and never use any type of research to actually look the stuff up and see what's going on. All right. Okay. That's enough of that one. We can go on to the next one. Inability and willingness to call out black women. Okay. I could and would say this is a strong number two, but again, like I said, you can move it around wherever you want to move it around. The issue and problem with the black community is the black woman has been deified. Okay. Even though you was a crack fiend mama, you always was a black queen mama. Those two things don't go together. Okay. Why are we praising the worst of mothers and setting that as the example for black women? Oh, twerking is this and twerking is that. Yeah, twerking is cool in its time and its place. If you at the club or you at a party, hey, twerk away, love. Have fun. Okay. But twerking at the at the DMV, twerking, after political campaigns, and after elections or won or lost or whatever, twerking at the police. Come on, man, what are we doing? You know what I mean? When you call this out, oh, you either a coon or you gay or you jealous or you this. No, as a man is supposed to set order and discipline for the people. All right. The man is supposed to be the person say call the bullshit out, like, hey, this is wrong. But since again, we put the black woman over the black man is out of line for chastising the black woman when she's clearly wrong. Okay. The lady that just got fired at the for the airline, right? She was either Hispanic or Asian or whatever. I don't know what she was. But that lady got fired. She went on TV, got interviewed and cried. I didn't see any support for her from the Asian community or the Hispanic community or whatever she was. None of those people upheld that. A black woman do some wild shit, man, and everybody come to the well, it was her upbringing and her childhood and a this and a that. And it's like, bro, what are we talking about, bro? No. Okay. Can we set the standard of being decent fucking human beings and right or wrong? There is no right or wrong with black women, bro. It's not. It's just like you praise them, you praise them, you praise them, you praise them, no matter what. And if you say anything again that's critical, you're gay, you hate black women, you're bashing, you're all this shit. We have to stop this, bro. All right. You only get better through criticism as an adult for the most part. Of course, you praise at time when it's given, but as an adult, bro, you're supposed to be past the praise stage and just needing encouragement any and every day for every little single thing you do. Right. You have to. There's far too many things that are going messed up that can't get talked about, but then we want to praise the single mom because, when Lil Ray make it to the NFL or the NBA. But as soon as he turns out to be a criminal, which is far more likely, you feel me? Now we go blame the daddy that was never there when she picked the daddy that was never there. Just saying. Next, I got sexual irresponsibility. Again, I know y'all gonna say this. I've been hearing about, dick discipline and wearing condoms and all this stuff and whatnot, what have you. Black men are holding up our end of the bargain. Okay, straight black men are holding up our end of the bargain. Okay, black men use the most condoms. Don't anything I say. Don't take my word for it. Google it. Look it up. Right. Black men are the most involved fathers. That survey that was done, that was given by black mothers. Black men didn't self-report on ourselves. The survey was done of mothers, white, Hispanic, Asian, black, all this stuff. And the mother said this. So, and this is something that Oprah repeated. So before you get mad at me, go yell at Oprah. Okay. And yell at all the black moms that said that these black fathers were being so involved, right? So when black men do have children, we're involved. Okay. But let's reverse it. So the biggest outcome of sexual irresponsibility are all these kids being had, right? Kids being had that either have fathers that shouldn't have been fathers in the first place, or kids that have good fathers, and the women are keeping the fathers away from their children. It's only two options. It's only two. Either chose a bad dad, right? Which a bad dad is going to be a bad dad regardless. The irresponsible, notorious nutters, okay, they're going to be them. They're not going to change. So going to the small percentage of irresponsible guys that are responsible for a substantial part of the kids being had and the STDs and all these other different things, they're irresponsible. They're reckless. But for some reason, that's who y'all love to sleep with. Now, I'm not pussy policing. Hey, do what you want to do, baby. Your body, your choice. But with it being your body, your choice, don't get mad at me when I bring up, again, black women having a 50% herpes rate, HSV2. All right? Everybody got herpes. No, the hell we don't. Genital herpes. Not no motherfucking fever blister, not no cold sore. Genital herpes. I did a story like a month ago or so where you got this woman out here trying to shame people for not wanting to deal with her because she has, again, an incurable, always active sexually transmitted disease. Right? Right? The most sexually responsible demographic of the black community is a straight black man. I'm saying it again. This is fact. Don't take my word for it. The most responsible of the black community is the straight black man. All right. We ain't gonna get into the non-straight. You already know what type of time they on. Non-straight got some shit that you gonna get up out of here. You gonna go see Uncle Charles. All right. But also a big problem that nobody wants to talk about is the willingness of black women to sleep with men that likes men. That's another one. Articles on it, studies on it. Again, don't take none of my words for none of this stuff, bro. Go look it up. Black women have said these things and praised quote unquote bisexual men, which there's no such thing. But hey, it is what it is. Praise and poverty. Listen, man. This getting it out the mud, from the gutter, the hood. Listen, bro. Your circumstances, bro, do not determine your outcome. For whatever reason, there's no respect of the black person that has a 2-parent household, that comes from a middle class family. That, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that nigga ain't no real nigga. Shout out to Grant Hill. Grant Hill had this story, right? Grant Hill was one of the greatest college players ever. A really good NBA player up until injury. But, look at Grant Hill's thing. And Grant Hill was talking about how they disrespected Grant Hill because Grant Hill came from a, well-to-do 2-parent household. You ain't no real nigga. You ain't, bruh. Again, the real nigga moniker, nobody respects that but niggas. The world don't recognize real niggas. Okay? You're not gonna go sit in no boardroom in a business meeting over in Japan or China or the Middle East or Europe and be like, I'm a real nigga. Yeah, they're gonna kindly escort you up out of there, brother. Okay? This motherfucking poverty praise, bro, is one of the biggest things because we put equity and latch your identity as a black person to that. We got to get out of this thing as to where, well, you came from the hood and it's this and it's that, and it gives you all these excuses, right? Another thing, well, it ties into the next one. We just go to the next one, right? Acceptance and adoption of criminality, dog. Okay. Acceptance and adoption of criminality. Bro, there's never been a case, there's never been any era of black existence where the majority of us were in the streets, off the porch, wiping noses, on the block, slinging rocks. None of that. All right. There was never been the never, even where up to 49%, okay, of black people were involved in criminality. Yet and still, there's this fucking affinity, this praise, this worship of street mentality as to where people that's never been in the streets got to operate like we're in the streets. Stop snitching. What do you mean stop snitching? You're doing crime in the neighborhood. Vigilante justice isn't allowed. So I'm going to call the authorities because you're doing something that you should not be doing, and it's affecting the community as a whole negatively. I saw the thing where Dr. Umar had the interview with the guy, and black people are saying things like the drug dealers help the community. Nigga, what? Yeah, the drug dealers the drug dealers help the community, and the drug dealers set the trends. What? Bro, can we stop? Again, we're the only demographic that does that. Oh, well, white folks had the mafia, and Asian people got the Yakuza, and Hispanics got the cartel. Listen, bro, they don't worship that shit in real life. They watch the movies, they look at the entertainment, and then in real life, they operate like normal human beings. Niggas are the only one that try to fucking live out the rap lyrics. That really want to be motherfucking, boys in the hood and a menace to society and all this shit. Stop it, man. All right? That's a problem. This is the reason why, again, a lot of these young boys end up being lost because, again, this is what we like. That's what the women like. That's what we're going to get girls. So dudes are going to do what gets girls. Now, again, it is still a small percentage, very, very small percentage, but it's not the percentage as much as it is, again, the impact. Us, unlike no other group, okay, has all of this motherfucking reverence for and reference to the streets and the criminality, man. We got to stop this shit. Got to get out of there. All right. Hatred for intelligence. This one right here. I think it's a bit of hatred and fear, to be honest, but we'll just stick with the hatred aspect of it, at least when it comes to, like I said, the boys and the men, right? Okay. we have to put value in intelligence, bro. Intellect. Notice how they say education. That's two separate things. All right. Education and intelligence is not the same. All right. If you didn't know that, hey. But either way, right? The great minds of society shape, mold, lead, and advance those societies, right? Y'all hate Thomas Sowell. Y'all hate him. Why? Because he tells you the actual truth of things and gives you the rhyme and reason and doesn't give you an excuse for whatever BS that, you know what I'm saying, you made up in your own head or you've been told by different people and all these different things. You know, hey, it is what it is, right? Even ones you don't hate, but we don't talk about, right? Dr. Claude Anderson, right? Dr. Claude Anderson been warning black people now for over 10 years about 2053 and black people being a permanent underclass. Okay. We more worried about Drake and Kendrick beef than getting financial literacy, bro. All right. We more concerned about shit that don't really mean nothing and talk about this stuff ad nauseum, right? Than the stuff we need to be focused on. The intelligent people, bro, like I said, and again, it's a lot of kids out here. I've seen it. A lot of us have seen it, where you had very, very smart kids, man. Stop being smart because, hell, man, that's lame, man. You a nerd, nigga. Or you think you smart. All this shit. And again, bro, the people that are doing the best does what? Asian community praises intelligence, education, right? That's how you take stuff over, bro. All right. Now I know intelligence and education are separate, but they're it's a part, right? All right. Right. But it's still not the same. But the intelligence aspect of it, if you have respect for intelligence, you will therefore have the same for education. Which again, the education is there, and the reason why I didn't say education because, again, going back to number 2, the one I said, right? Black women love using education as a whipping stick against black men. Okay, they are not the same. You can have all the degrees in the world and be dumb as a rock, little baby. And furthermore, if you got all these degrees and all this debt, but no money to make it back, how intelligent are you? Okay. Let's see. Last one, man. Last one. And this one right here, but definitely not least. The obsession with the white man and racism. Okay. The obsession with the white man and racism. As I said earlier on, man, listen. There's nothing that the white man can do to a black person in 2025 to keep you from doing anything you want to do in this country. They've been running the same playbook, all right, for the last 400 years, y'all love saying, right? Okay. The playbook has not changed. What makes me know, it makes you know too, but you just want to be lazy and you want to have an excuse and you want to have someone to blame versus fixing the things that we need to fix ourselves. And that's the whole point of this list. The 7 deadly sins, these are all intraracial things that we need to fix before we even start talking about the white man. Okay. Folk just saying the word racism, black people get triggered. They start singing Negro hymns, and it's a whole bunch of nonsense that's like, bro, what are you doing? Okay, what are we focusing on this for? But being that you've seen other demographics of people, other races of people, other nationalities of people come here to the same America that we were one of the first original 3 groups here: whites, Native Americans, black people, right? And shout out to the Dane Calloway following out here with some of the black people were natives. We're not getting into that, right? But I gotta acknowledge it. Listen, how is it that all these other people, bro, Hispanics have outproduced us? And now I gotta go back. My bad. Another big part of the sexual irresponsibility again is the abortions. Black women having hella abortions, bro. All right, millions upon millions, and that's just the ones that've been tracked. Who knows, right? Abortion is not a form of birth control. It's not the intention of it. But now that I cover that, Hispanics have surpassed us in population, right? Asians, though very, very small populations, have even surpassed white people in earnings. right? And even though, like you said, Hispanic women and Hispanic men make less money than us, they have a higher household income. So black people are literally at the bottom when it comes to household income, with the exception of, I think, like Native Americans. But Native Americans don't really count. They only make up like 3% of the population at some point at this time. Anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? So saying that it's the white man's fault because somehow, some way, we have not found a way as a collective, as a group, to make our own systems, to have the black dollar that Dr. Claude Anderson refers to support each other, to create our own financial ecosystem, right? Networking, all these different things. Case in point, the sorority, black sororities raised, I want to say, was it $1.6 million for Kamala Harris's campaign in like 4 hours. Say it again, okay? The sorority, Divine Nine, all right? Sororities raised $1.6 million for Kamala Harris's campaign this past year. Where's that money for youth programs, youth literacy programs? Okay. Where is that money for proper financial education? Hell, nutrition education, right? But because it's a black woman, which we know Kamala Harris isn't black, all right? Y'all were willing to come out of pocket with $1 million in a quarter of a day. Not even a quarter of a day. What's that? 4 to 24, 6, a sixth of a day. Okay. All right. So blaming the white man for the ills of the black community, bro, is not going to get us anyway, or further ahead than what it is. And that's not the problem. Can we get to the point of where we can talk about what the white man's actually doing? Yeah, I guess, but it's definitely stuff that we need to fix first. Okay. This obsession with racism, bro, has nothing but circular this. And every 4 years, this is what all the Democratic Party gonna offer you and say a buzzword, and y'all gonna vote at a 90% rate. The only race of people, the only group of people to where your vote is already cast before it's gone. A lot of things we need to focus on and improve upon that we can control and we can handle. All right, versus doing all this other stuff, bro. It's just nonsensical, right? But anyway, man, hey, 70. Wow. The 7 deadly sins of the black community. That's that on that one. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Holla.